Welcome to Porter's training video. In this video, you will learn how to import the data by CSV to Porters. Okay, in this video, I'll explain to you how to import the data by CSV. Please click the global menu which you want to import to. This time, let's try it with the client level. First, click the Client button and click the Import Client button below. If you click that, you can select your CSV file from your local file. And then you can pick your CSV file, and then this is the Porter's Import first page. If the character code is different, you can change from the character code drop-down. If it looks okay to go, please click the next button. Then you will find the CSV columns on the left side. All the columns on the right side are the Porter's columns. You can select which columns you want to import or not. You can just drag and drop the columns from left to right where you wanted to import to, such as phone number, website URL, and client category, client industry, like that. This column mapping is what you need to do on the first step for import. After you did a column mapping, you need to do one more thing before you start import, which is option mapping. This option mapping is very important to avoid error. So the CSV's option list, such as client category or client industry, and Porter's option list might be different with each other. So before you start, we need to do option mapping too. For example, let's say client category. Click the filter to go to the detail setting page. So right here, there is INT, local, JP. This is what Porter's has right now. But for the CSV file, for example, the data has been set with international, not INT. System cannot find where should we import to, because the data has not perfectly matched spelling. So the international data that CSV has must be mentioned in current value. Let's put international in here, so that Porters will understand international data should import to INT. So this is the detail option mapping that you need to be careful about before you start to import to Porters. Once you finish setting, please click Save and go back to the mapping page. We are almost ready to import, so please name this import methods. You can share this methods to other users, and also you can just keep this methods only for your use. And then you can click the next button. For the third page, you will be able to select the key item for not making the duplication in Porters. You can select the key item from these items you mapped in a second page. This ID means Porter's ID. Once you create the data in Porters, Porter's automatically numbering this ID by every data. So if you want to use ID for import, you can select ID this one. But as you know, the CSV data doesn't have any Porter's ID. So if you use Porter's ID for import, every time when you import the data by CSV, Porters will create as a new data, even though the data has been created in Porters before. That means duplicate data has been created in Porters. So the data which doesn't have Porter's ID or has not been created in Porters before, we don't recommend you to use Porter's ID for key item. Instead of that, we recommend you to use the other unique item, such as client name or individual company ID, phone number. So once you chose the key item, you can finally select how to handle the data if Porters found the duplicate data. There are two checkboxes. For the first one, that means if Porters doesn't find any duplicate data from the key item you set, Porters will create the data as a new record. For the second one, when the duplicate data has been found by using this key item, you can select from three options to handle the duplicate. First, Porters will automatically update the existed data. That means Porters will overwrite existed data without the blank values. Second, Porters will overwrite existed data with blank values. Third, Porters will create as a new record even though the duplicate data has been found. If you do not have specific reasons, I recommend you to use first option, which is overwrite if the record exists. Do not import blank values. Okay, let's click Next, and finally the last setting before starting to import. There are two options. First, perform validation on import. That means Porters will not create the data without mapping required items. Required items will be shown you with the red line beside the item name. Error will be like, please fill the required items. But I understand not every time CSV has required data, so we can skip the required item. That is the second option. Please select Do not perform validation on import so that Porters will skip the required item. At the end, please click Run to start. You can reload that page and you will see two datas has been created. This is all how you can do CSV import to Porters. I know it's not really easy for the first time, so please kindly ask to Porters consultant for follow-up. Thank you! I hope this video works and help your data management. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.